Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Igbimo Oloye Ile-Ife found Igbi guilty of insulting Ooni of Ife by ignoring his order to back down on Olori Naomi. Final verdict on immunity. This is what we are hearing right now, if that information is correct. Our people say when the goat decide to butt head with the leopard, it must remember its skull is not made of iron. It is not a small thing. You see, sometimes when we allow fame and allow the opportunity that God has given us to enter our head, it becomes a very, very big problem. And this is exactly what is going on. We remember time and time again where the Ooni of Ife said to these women, leave Queen Naomi alone. Do not go to Queen Naomi's church. Do not go to Queen Naomi's house. Do not harass Queen Naomi. Leave that lady alone. There is nothing that you have that the lady is keeping. Your fight is with me, and your fight is to keep me. I am right here. The great lion of Ile-Ife said, I am right here in the palace. As a matter of fact, if there is one person who should be fighting, should be Olori Naomi, not any other person. I am here with you. You dine with me. You spend time with me. You go out with me. You're doing all your royal engagement. You have all the luxury in the world. You have everything you need as royalty. There is no reason why a person who is not blocking you, a person who is not doing anything should be such a big problem. That if you are going after Queen Naomi, you are the one who is creating the problem. Leave her alone. And they kept going. They will send people to her. They will go and write on her car. They will break her car. They will do all of those things to her. They kept on from one pot to the next pot, one traditional pot to the next traditional pot, one agotrumbe pot to the next agotrumbe pot. It got to a point where everybody started asking, what is the problem with the great lion? Why can't he make a decision? Why is he not letting this Igbi go? Why is he not letting gospel? Why is he not letting Ebony? Why is he not letting these people go? Apart from the fact that they have decided to become a perpetual problem to Olori Naomi, they are bringing disrepute to the great lion's name. Okay, that he should do everything that is within his power to let them go. And, you know, a lot of time people have set tables, people have spoken about this, they're right. But, you know, a lot of people never had this understanding that in the land of Ife, you don't just get up one day and say, okay, as king, my wives will go, they must leave. I can't be with them. It contravenes the tradition of the people, the tradition for which the great lion is the head of, okay? He is the spiritual leader of that tradition, those people. He cannot be the one to break that tradition. And that is why you see every time that we talked about this, Mommy Abe will tell you that, look, we know what is going on. I know, I understand this. He cannot do certain things. You know, there were times where I came and I talked about these things and they said, Abdel, why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like this? I told you guys, it will be very, very difficult. Have you now seen that it is difficult? It is so difficult. Ile-Ife custom and tradition is not as easy as you think. This is the origin, as in where the Yoruba, this great Yoruba people originated from. The progenitor started in that land. It's the land of the tradition, the bed of the tradition. So anybody who becomes the Baba is like, you know, a living deity. There are things he can do and there are things he cannot do. Have you not wondered? Like, in fact, it's a whole lot, right? Now, apart from that, this great lion has got a very, very, you know, good heart. So right now, what is going on is that You know, there are traditional organizations, like stakeholder traditional organizations in Ile-Ife, and there are very many. As we are hearing, they say they are up to 126. And they say that 49 is very, very important. Out of this 49, as we are hearing, 26 have been given or have been mandated to go through the, several, evidence, okay, that was brought before the Odua Traditional Court, okay, that they should go through it, they should dissect it and make objective decision to ensure that they are fair to these women, so that at the end of the day, posterity will not hold them guilty. Nothing will hold them guilty. Nobody will hold them guilty of being partial, of not treating them fairly, and all of that. They just want to ensure that they have eliminated every issue of unfairness in this. So they brought it before. I think they said 27 or 26 of these traditional organizations. Now they are dissecting each of the evidence one after the other, different organizations. But unfortunately, everything is coming back with a guilty verdict. So, it is not a small thing that is going on in Ife right about now. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delarama. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources tell on the Royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. Happy weekends to you. Esheo adupe o. Daylarites, my Daylarites, my Daylarites, my own people. Daylarites, my Daylarites, my Daylarites, my supermodels. Daylarites, my Daylarites, my Daylarites, my own sweetheart. Daylarites, my Daylarites, my Daylarites, my own lovers. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for the good, the bad, the ugly. Thank you for those who are insulting me. Thank you for those who are praising me. I am grateful. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy weekends to you. Now, in the heart of Ile-Ife, the ancient cradle of the Yoruba people, a storm that has been brewing for months is finally breaking open. The once, discreet palace discussion are now fully in the open, and every elder, every stakeholder, every title chief is speaking in hush, but heavy tone about the same matter, the conduct of some of the, women, and whether their royal immunity should remain intact or be removed. At the center of this particular scandal side, the Igbimo Oloye Ile-Ife, which in tradition of Ile-Ife is not just any ordinary assembly. This council represents the very soul of chieftaincy and cultural authority within the kingdom, comprising the most respected high chief, some with ancestral title dating back hundreds of years. The Igbimo Oloye Ile-Ife is charged with safeguarding the custom, dignity, and laws of the land. When they see their verdict are almost secret, their words carry weight that even the Ooni himself treat with utmost seriousness. This time they found Igbi, of course, guilty. Okay. They said she insulted the Ooni of Ife. It was, very painful, okay? Igbi had been called privately by the Ooni of Ife, counseled with a softness reserved only for his wife, and urged to put aside every rivalry, to cease from her, quiet campaign to undermine Queen Naomi, the Ooni who's, despite everything, still harbored affection and compassion for all his wives, all, all, not just Queen Naomi, all. You and I know that Kabiyesi, the great lion of the Ooni of Ile-Ife, has so much respect for everybody. He is a good man. He is a good king. He is a great man. He is well respected, and because he has gone to do traditional I do with these women, he knows that anything that goes wrong with them comes back to him. He respects them so much. But Igbi, according to what we are hearing, if that information is correct, the court of law said there is a clause. So if that information is correct, They say Igbi refused. Not just once, she ignored the Ooni's personal plea. A grave disrespect by Yoruba standard where the Oba's words are final, more so when spoken in private as a husband and king. Then, according to reliable palace aide, she even went on to mock the idea among her close circle, saying the Ooni was only acting under Queen Naomi's spell, that Naomi's new spiritual height had blinded her, Naomi's beauty is blinding her, that the only thing that the man sees is Naomi's beauty, like all of that. So basically just, lessening what the king is saying, like it meant nothing. Now, the Igbimo Oloye Ile-Ife began their inquiry quietly at first summoning all women of the Erolo rank who overheard things in palace kitchen, speaking to younger palace aide who carried trays and knew all the silent, looks exchanged across the courtyard. Piece by piece, they gathered evidence when they sat for judgment this week under the sacred Afin Grove, surrounded by ancestral symbol. The found Igbi's conduct not only a direct slight on the Ooni of Ife's royal person, but also an insult to the cultural order, because by defying him publicly and privately, she weakened the entire respect owed to the stool of Oduduwa. But the Ooni, wanting to show that even in crisis he remains a father to all, decided to widen the matter beyond just one council. He told the chiefs in a rare open meeting that let no one say my heart is heavy with bias. Let every council, every recognized guild, every stakeholder, union, and every lineage, elder group look at the evidence. Let them see if these women have been treated fairly or unjustly. That is what I want, because I want everyone to be treated fairly. And so across Ile-Ife, different respected traditional organizations took up the matter. The Igbi Awais Ifa, the Guild of the Babalawos who interpret the sacred Odu Ifa, held vigils and consulted divination. The Igbi Olukun Ile-Ife, protector of the spiritual waters, weighed whether the Oloris had polluted ancestral covenant. The Igbimi Agba Gise, elder from the very royal house of Gise, which produced the current Oni, also took their turn. Even the Igbi Osogbu, known for handling weighty community dispute that could border on the mystical, examine and sworn testimonies, everything. In fact, today I'm going to give you the number of traditional organizations that have weighed in on the evidences, like all the evidence. So they have gone round, they have checked, they have investigated, they have done everything. That they brought some people to come and investigate. They have done everything so that at the end of the day, a time will not come where the oral literature of the Ife people or the Yoruba people or the Oduduwa people will write it maybe 125 years time or 250 years time, where you and I will not be here, and people will say this story in the oral literature. They will chew their mouth and say something else, just as there are controversies in some of the things that are written about, things that happened in the past, okay? Now, that time, at least it will be straightforward. Everybody would have seen, and the oral literature will carry the true story of what has happened or what is about to happen here. It is not a small thing. This kind of a thing where we say, person, they bite you, they blow you. What is that kind of thing coming? When they say, they don't need to be taking it this harsh now. They don't need to be taking it like that. Is it not just immunity they are removing? They are not asking them to leave Ile-Ife now. Are they asking them to leave Ile-Ife? Nobody is asking them to leave Ile-Ife. They are not asking them to leave Kabiyesi. They are still married to Kabiyesi. They are only removing immunity. You know what removing immunity is? It's like in fact, it's like say you be queen, you don't get crown, you don't get anything. That's so that immunity be. It is very, very dangerous for them to remove, because if you do anything, you see this, there are plenty gods where they go strike you, keep wide, one hand, like point and kill. That's so they go take to you. So these women, they know what they are fighting for. It's not a small thing, no. But they say they hope for, a unanimous, peaceful decision soon dissolve. Each body return with its own damning verdict. The Igbi Awais found Ifa said their divination revealed that the spiritual balance of the palace had been disrupted by stubborn arrogance and let the blame squarely on Igbi's shoulder. It's a whole lot that has been going on in the palace, big time. They're right, it is not a small thing that is happening. No. And they came back, they found Igbi guilty. Kitawaya. Hey, it is not a small something. No, I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact. Appreciate you, lovers.